A senior Palestinian official said Thursday that the Middle East Quartet's proposal for renewing negotiations with Israel contained some encouraging elements after Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas convened top officials to discuss the matter. The Quartet statement contains encouraging elements, and we call on Israel to announce its commitment to the principles and points of reference it identifies, Yasser Abed Rabbo, the Secretary General of the PLO, told reporters after the meeting. Rabbo said that despite the encouraging elements, it is not enough to resume negotiations. The Palestinians are eager to restart talks, but Israel first has to commit to all references in the Quartet statement, especially concerning the borders of 1967 and stopping settlement activity, he said. The Palestinians also stressed in their statement that the PA's leadership is committed to the two-state solution and to the path of negotiations in the aims of resolving the conflict. In other developments, the Turkish-Israeli dispute over natural resources under the eastern Mediterranean's seabed may soon enter a new and much more dangerous phase. Last week it appeared Turkey was going to make good on its threat to stop a joint Israeli-Greek-Cypriot venture to explore for natural gas in Greek-Cypriot waters and at the same time militarily challenge Israel's presence in the eastern Mediterranean. But as the Texas-based Noble Energy Company moved a rig from Israeli waters into position off the Greek Cyprus's southeastern coast to begin drilling, Turkish naval vessels and warplanes limited their actions to shadowing the transfer operation, keeping outside of Greek Cypriot waters and airspace. Turkey now appears resigned, at least for the moment, to halting the project through the offices of the United Nations. But the Greek authorities' bid for statehood at the UN carries an even greater risk of igniting a Turkish-Israeli military confrontation. While the political consequences to Israel of a separate Palestinian state have been much discussed, a lesser-known economic factor that is attracting Turkey's attention also threatens Israeli security and regional peace and stability. Like in Greek Cyprus, the factor is natural gas. Deposits worth an estimated $4 billion lie off the Gaza coast, a German newspaper reported. $4 billion in natural gas is probably something worth fighting over for an energy-poor country like Turkey. Analyst Boris Konaki, writing in the German newspaper Die Welt, believes the gas constitutes the main reason behind Turkey's belligerence towards Israel regarding Gaza rather than any alleged Palestinian suffering. The supposed Palestinian distress is simply the excuse Turkey is using to justify its threats to break the Israeli blockade of Gaza. The Turkish government has said its warships would escort the next aid flotilla to the Palestinian enclave, thus risking war with Israel. That natural gas plays a central role in the dispute with Israel was indicated in an additional comment of Turkish Prime Minister Erdogan. Turkey will not allow Israel to exploit one-sided the giant natural gas deposits in the eastern Mediterranean, wrote Konaki. This gigantic natural gas and oil discovery stretches from Cyprus to Gaza. The Leviathan field is the world's largest natural gas discovery in over a decade. Turkey seems to be using the Gaza flotilla attack as an excuse that will eventually ignite a war that will include Russia, Iran, Sudan, Ethiopia, and Libya. Russia is just as interested in the potential gas and oil riches in Israel. Although most of the Middle East has enjoyed considerable oil and natural gas success, Israel has struggled to find anything of significance until recently. However, that all changed just a few years ago with the Leviathan and Tamar field discoveries. Israel has also recently discovered a large amount of oil sands and a pioneering way to refine it cost-effectively. In fact, this oil sands discovery is as large as Saudi Arabia's proven reserves, which is about 250 billion barrels. Israel looks to be in position to be the leaders of the next oil age, and I look for much bigger discoveries in the near future. As the Islamic world and Russia seem to be on the downside of their oil fields, Israel is in the beginning stages of the next wave of new oil discoveries that will likely make them rich beyond their wildest dreams. For this reason, it is highly conceivable that Russia, out of a lust for oil, will lead an attack against Israel in the near future. Here's breaking news regarding the Israeli-Turkish dispute. Israel Defense Forces jet fighters were scrambled toward a Turkish seismic research ship in the eastern Mediterranean, Turkish media reported on Friday, in what seemed to be a further escalation in the already frayed ties between the once long-time allies. According to the report cited by the Turkish daily Today's Zaman, and based on a report by the Turkish Vatan Daily, 2 Israeli Air Force F-15s took off to face the Turkish vessel on Thursday night, flying through the airspace of both Cyprus and Turkish Cyprus. The report added that the warplanes approached the Turkish ship despite incessant warnings by forces in Turkish Cyprus, according to which the planes had breached the territory's airspace. Ultimately, the report indicated Turkey launched 2 F-16 fighters to track the Israeli planes, at which point the IAF fighter jets returned to Israeli airspace. This is Terry Malone with the Calvary Prophecy Report.